Hey, y'all, welcome to this episode of What I Learned Today. All right, I entitled this one Know Thyself. I think it is critically important that we know who we each are, right? We have to take the time to know ourselves. So, when I was a preteen under the age of 13, I went to my mom and I said, "When do I get to be me?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "First, I'm somebody's daughter, then I'm somebody's sister. Eventually, I'll be somebody's wife, and then somebody's mother. So, when do I get to be me?" And she said, "You'll have to figure that out." And I just said, "Okay, no problem. I will." And so then I would say I have spent most of my life figuring out, thinking about, and being aware of who I am in each situation. There's been numerous movies that I have seen with this theme of discovering who you are. One movie that I used to prescribe as homework or give as homework to my clients who were struggling with having a sense of who they are was The Runaway Bride. And so there's a scene in there where she is trying to decide, what types of eggs does she like? Does she like scrambled? Does she like fried? Does she like this? Does she like that? Because she had taken on what other people like and had never focused on what she actually liked. And that becomes very important for us to know what are the things that we like, right? It is our life for us to live. And there are people who will assist us along the way, but we have to know who we are. There's some things that we may want to try out and discover. There's different sports that we may want to play. There's different art activities that we may want to try. There's all types of different forms of expression that we may want to attempt. There's places we may want to go. There's foods we want to try. My god granddaughter once said, she said, I'd like to experience that. And I loved when she said it because it is exactly that. There are certain life experiences that we may want to engage in, and there's some life experiences that we don't, and that's fine too, right? But we have to take the time to know ourselves. We also, as we're taking the time to know ourselves, we also take the time to teach people about who we are, letting them know what we like, what we don't like, what are boundaries. This is very important. We can't expect people to know us better than we know ourselves. And unfortunately, many times we do. Now, we have people who may recognize things in us that we haven't seen in us yet, and those people may inform us about that. So I notice that when you get excited, your feet wiggle, your toes wiggle. I notice that when that food tastes really good to you, you start dancing and moving. Right? We need to know these things. When you want to participate in something, you actively engage versus when you don't want to participate in something, you avoid it. I just said to somebody today, I was trying to decide if I was going to participate in an event. And I was said, I haven't decided yet. And I said, that's my decision. I'm not going to. Because whenever I want to engage in something and I can get coverage and things like that, I go ahead and I move forward with it. If I want to create something, I go ahead and I move forward with it. I don't wait for certain things. So, for me, I've learned when there is a hesitation, it's usually because it's something that I may not be interested in doing. And so I had to learn how to be honest. Like, I talk about taking honest inventory. I had to become self aware of that. And so it's so important. Take time to know yourself and then teach people about you. That's also important. So then, therefore, that helps to eliminate misunderstandings. That also helps to eliminate assumptions as well, because many times assumptions will get in the way of reality. I'll save that for another one as well. So take some time, get to know yourself the same way you would interview or get to know somebody else, get to know you. And you can start with things like, what foods do I like? What desserts do I like? What trips do I want to take? And make a list of it, right? These become part of your life goals potentially. What are some jobs that you might want to try out? What are some careers that you want to have? What are your dreams? What are your goals? And then we start looking at, how are you working towards these? What do you like to have for fun? What do you consider funny? These are all great opportunities for you to discover who you are and to get to know yourself. All right, I'll see you next time.